Welcome back. Al Levron's our guest tonight, and we're talking about some of the projects in Terrebonne Parish. And we were just talking during the break, something I think is pretty smart. When you have a contractor who is, say, doing the Thompson Road construction, and there's a lot of rain, I ask you if there's a rain delay clause. But explain to the audience how that works, and I think that's a pretty good way of doing it.
Well, Martin, there are various types of contracts. The state, for example, uses a working day contract. Working day, these things can, if you got a 300-day working day contract, may equate to 4 years or 3 years. But the parish uses a calendar day contract. And we also provide the contractors with an estimate of the rain days, the average rain days per any given month. Again, this is published. The LSU Agriculture has been developing these reports for many years. So we provide that to the contractor. And if the average rain is 2 days a month, published, and it rains 10 days a month, then if the contractor were to ask for an extension of time due to rain, there would be a basis for us to consider that claim. It wouldn't just say, okay, how's the wind blowing today? There is a rational basis to this.
But doesn't that take y'all out of the, I mean, with so many projects going on in the parish, you don't have time to go to 15 different rain gauges all the time and check it. So it sort of gives it a medium where everybody can live by.
We think it's equitable and that all the contractors have the same playing field.
Okay, it makes a lot of sense. Take us through some of the other projects that are happening.
Sure, Martin. The next large transportation project that we currently have on the way is the West Side Boulevard Phase B. That is a 4-lane roadway between Highway 24 and the Martin Luther King corridor. It basically traverses through the Barker family tract of land, and it terminates right near Tesh. Bank owns a tract of land on Martin Luther King. That project, we're pleased to say, it is approximately 85% complete. The contractor, as of today, I understand, has 3.5 of the 4 lanes paved. He got caught by rain today.
Right.
But we anticipate that project is going to be complete by November. Now, it's going to be a boulevard section. There are sewers installed in this project. And there's also our first official bike path that's being constructed. It's going to be a 7-foot wide bike path, separate and apart from the roadway, approximately 5 feet away from the edge of the road. So again, we think it's going to be support multiple modes of transportation, biking being one of them.
Are you trying to give me a reason to exercise?
Well, I think I ought to be looking in the mirror for that.
I don't know if I can make that stretch.
So that project is estimated to cost $3 million. Now, again, just a plug for the people involved in the project. You know, the contractor, Byron Talbot, is doing an excellent job. The engineering firm of GSE Associates has done a great job. And of course, the landowners who participated in this cooperative endeavor to donate the lands and to provide the lands for the project, we certainly appreciate that too. So we should have that roadway in service prior to the end of the year.
It takes people. I mean, when you're going on projects and you're going on people's personal land, you could either have a big fight on your hand or you could have a hearty negotiation where everybody sort of wins out.
Well, you know, we've had it both ways, and certainly where we can negotiate in a cooperative manner and both parties see the benefits of a public road going through their lands, certainly we think it's a win-win for each party.
All right. What other projects?
Well, you know, our project that we're on the cusp of bringing to bid is the Valhalla Extension project. This is a 2-lane highway initially that would go from Equity Boulevard currently all the way to Savan Road. It's approximately 14,000 linear feet of roadway. Plans and specifications are complete. Land rights, we believe that we have got those worked out, and we anticipate having all documents and agreements in place by hopefully next week. We've negotiated a wetland mitigation plan with the Corps of Engineers. We anticipate closing that very shortly. And the biggest thing is that just this last week, the parish received the proceeds of the bond issue. There was a quarter-cent sales tax that's levied in Terrebonne Parish What the parish council authorized administration to bond it. That money, we sold it to the lowest bidders, basically, and we received that money. It is now in the parish budget. It's in our coffers. So it is now, we anticipate going to bid within a matter of weeks.
Now, how does that now affect drainage, and that affects incoming waters and all? That's sort of tied into the overall scheme which y'all are trying to get done.
It certainly is. We realize that that area of the community is mostly affected by backwater flooding from the Atchafalaya rivers during the spring. We anticipate that in worst-case scenarios, the water level could rise to a 5-foot elevation there coming from the back or from the west. So what we have done is designed this project to a higher elevation. I believe the centerline elevation of the roadway is going to be a 6.5. So just the roadway embankment itself will prevent waters from encroaching into those residential subdivisions. In the much longer planning period, we're looking to install pumping stations along the route to where we could provide forced drainage to those properties on the interior. But right now, it's going to be elevated embankment with culvert crossings, and we'll develop a flood fight plan that if the water comes up, we will be able to close those culverts to prevent the water from encroaching into the subdivisions.
But the way the Bayou Shane barge worked this year sort of helped everybody, and of course that was in Terrebonne Parish also. So.
Well, we're thankful for the planners and the engineers involved in that. It was a flood that didn't happen.
Right.
But again, it was the thinking, ingenuity of the engineers and the planners that actually managed to get that project.
And we needed one of those, a disaster that never happened.
Well,
we've had too many that have happened, so we needed one.
That is true.
Let's take a break. We're going to come right back more with Al Levron when we come back, the parish manager of Terrebonne Parish. And then coming up shortly, the police chief of Houma, Todd DePlantis. He'll tell us about some news, a night out against crime and all that good stuff. When we come back, don't go away.